Immersive Aircraft is an incredibly well-made vehicle mod for Minecraft. It adds 6 different customizable aircraft that allow you to fly great distances, carry tons of cargo, or even engage in battle. I'm going to go over all the crafting recipes and tips, so if you find this helpful whatsoever, please consider dropping a like or comment, or if you're really crazy, maybe even subscribe. Alright, enjoy the video. First, we're going to start with the main components, which you need for every single aircraft in this mod, at least one of them. So we'll start with the propeller, which is just a couple of iron ingots in this little zigzag, this little Z shape. You're going to need to make a lot of these in total, I believe. Then there's the hull, which is stripped logs and 3 iron, just a little Oreo shape here. You're gonna need a bunch of these as well. Next is the sail, which you just need 6 white carpet and 3 string. Then you're gonna need the boiler, which is just a furnace with basically copper ingot pants with a furnace at the bottom. And then you're gonna need to make the engine, which you need the boiler for that, and then the blast furnace, 3 pieces of cobble, and 2 pistons. Now that we have those done, we can make our first aircraft, which is the Gyrodyne, which you need 2 hulls, 2 sails, and 1 propeller. Now this aircraft is entirely human powered, which has pros and cons. So I'm going to go into survival mode here because this airplane doesn't use fuel. Everything after this will use an engine and fuel. This, however, a pedal powered aircraft. So I'm going to be holding W here. I guess I need a little runway space. Okay, there we go. And we're airborne. We're doing all right. Also, I do have distant horizons installed, so I figured this was the appropriate time to check that out. It will run down your hunger. Let's try to travel some distance. Okay, now our hunger started to go down. I wonder if it will start going faster now that we've lost our initial hunger. Yeah, we're already down a whole hunger bar. It was pretty easy to fly and honestly pretty effective. Boom, 3.5. All right, so it took me 3.5 hunger to fly pretty high up, then go to the village and back. It's better than using coal, I imagine, and it's just using human as fuel. So the Gyrodyne here has 3 upgrade slots and 1 weapon slot, and a decent amount of inventory space in here to put whatever you need to carry. I'll be covering the upgrades and weapons later in the video. Next, we have the Quadrocopter, which requires an engine and 4 propellers and 4 pieces of bamboo. Now, this is a very interesting one. This is basically a powered piece of scaffolding. I'll get some fuel here, and then in here we got some cobble. So we're going to use this as a scaffolding device. So I got to open the inventory and put my fuel in here. Now, the Quadrocopter does have 1 upgrade slot and 1 weapon slot, as well as 6 inventory slots. So you could hold your building materials in here. Anyways, once we power it, we can fly, and it's just kind of like this slow mini personal drone. Building this wall up is much easier. Ooh. Oh. I accidentally used my sneak key to go down, and that dismounted it. Now, you probably wouldn't use it for like this, but like maybe if you were building a big bridge, you know, and you were like, oh, let me build out. Like, this is pretty useful. And we've only gone through not even 1 piece of coal. Next, we have the Airship. This one requires 6 sails, 2 hulls, and 1 engine. And the description is slow but easy to maneuver. And this is basically a little boat with a hot air balloon, a sail, and a little propeller engine in the back. All right, buddy, ready for this adventure? So you can fit 2 in here like a boat. It has 3 upgrade slots, 1 weapon slot, a die slot, and a banner slot. So this is the first vehicle with a banner and a die slot. So I'm going to put black die and a just plain red banner on this thing. And now we have, I guess it's not as cool because the balloon is still yellow. But the die will change the color of the sail, and then the banner is displayed on the side. Anyways, we got places to be. Now this thing, it can move a little bit. It does have a little bit of like a jet stream that comes off the back. It burns fuel kind of quickly. There's no better way to move villagers than one of these aircraft, I'll tell you that. This airship also has a 4x4 inventory space in here, which isn't too bad. So let's just say this airship wasn't enough storage space. You can take that airship, put it in a crafting bench with a hull, 4 chests, and the airship itself, and you get yourself a cargo airship, which this is slow and fuel hungry. But look, it has 3 engines on it and all of these chests dangling on the side. Now this not only has the same internal cargo airship storage, but then has 4 chest slots on the left and right for storage. So if you're like me and just have tons of cactus, so now I can carry all of this cactus all inside the single cargo airship. Now this does consume fuel at a faster rate. It also has 4 upgrade spots and a banner and a die slot. Now this cargo ship is definitely pretty slow. And I believe the more cargo you add, the slower your ship can get. So having an absolute full ship will make you go kind of slow. Yeah, this boy's slow. All right, we're landing. Oh, I did some damage. Now, if the cargo airship isn't enough, you can take it and put it in the crafting bench with 3 hulls, 2 sails, 2 more engines, and industrial gears to get yourself the Warship. But we got to backtrack a little bit because we have to make these industrial gears, which actually are our first upgrade. This requires a lever, 3 copper ingots, and 3 iron ingots. Now, industrial gears are not only an ingredient, but they're also an upgrade, which I'll show you. So here's our Warship, a flying fortress. Do we have enough space on these trees? No. Boom. There we go. Now look at this bad boy. This thing is huge. It's reinforced. It's got 3 engines on the back, 3 balloons, all the storage space you can need, and even a front cockpit. Now this has 3 engines and 6 upgrade slots, 2 weapon slots, boost rocket slot, and a die slot, as well as all of the storage on the left and right. I'm going to put the industrial gears in. Now this aircraft needs 20% less fuel. I'm gonna use blaze rods because you can use anything that you can put in a furnace. And I guess I'll store all these extra blaze rods in the vehicle itself. Okay, so I can fit 4 people in the Warship here. I got 2 villagers in the back seat, and I got 1 villager running the gunner in the front. No, this villager's useless on the gun. Before we get on to our last vehicle, which is the biplane, we're gonna cover the 3 weapons you can add to your vehicles. First is the rotary cannon, which you need a dispenser, industrial gears, and copper ingots. Now these can go in any weapon slot, like in the Quadrocopter, and it's powered by using gunpowder. On the Quadrocopter, it's actually quite funny, but then you can left click and just shoot with your gun here, even though this is just shooting through my head. Hold on, let's see how quickly we can take out these cows. 1. Okay, not too bad. Next is the heavy crossbow. This is basically a big arrow shooting cannon on your vehicle, except it's powered by arrows, which you will put arrows inside the inventory, and it will use that inventory to shoot the arrows. You don't even need to charge it up like a crossbow. It just shoots the second you click. All right, I'm in survival mode. Oh my god, villagers can hit their shots, dude. Okay. Boom! Not too shabby if I do say so myself. And then lastly here we have the bomb bay, which this is what it sounds like. It adds a bomb bay that will drop any TNT you have in your inventory. All right, so I got the bomb bay on the airship here, and I should be able to just fly over and left click and drop this TNT. Boom! So this TNT actually won't do damage to blocks. I believe you can change it in the config. Now for our last vehicle, the biplane, we're gonna need to make ourselves some runway space to take off. Now there's one upgrade I say is just definitely worth crafting no matter what, which is the improved landing gear, which just makes takeoff 50% faster. And it's only 4 coal and 3 iron to make it. It's literally easier to get than the plane itself, but we'll take it off for now just to see if we can do this takeoff. I made a runway, hopefully it's enough. We're gonna turn on engine. And then we have to hold S to pull up. Well, I pulled up too early, I guess. Can I recover? I don't want to... Okay, we're going. Boom. We're flying. We're honestly not that fast at first. But there's a lot of upgrades that are pretty cheap for the biplane, as well as all the other vehicles that will make them so much faster. But this thing is super cool. Definitely the fastest of them all and very maneuverable. All right, now it's time for the upgrades. And honestly, most of these upgrades are pretty cheap and definitely just worth doing right away. First is the gyroscope. It's just a compass and 2 redstone comparators. It increases stabilizing, like when moving around, as well as wind no longer affects the plane, which gives you just more speed and more control. Next is the enhanced propeller. This bad boy gives minus 75% air friction, which makes this guy go much faster and can do much more maneuverability. I'm actually going to throw these two on the biplane to show what kind of difference this makes. Especially when, oh, I should have used the landing gear too. Oh, we're good though. Now our plane is much more stable. It's not much necessarily faster, but it's less clunky and it's so much more easy to kind of maneuver around. But if we want to increase the power and speed of these aircraft, we have to start making some other types of upgrades, like sturdy pipes. This is literally just 3 copper and 2 iron, and it makes your engine in your aircraft 10% more powerful. One of those no-brainer upgrades if you have enough upgrade spots. Next is the different types of engines we can choose from. First is the eco engine. Now this actually makes you go slower, but makes it 75% more fuel efficient. This is something you would use in the cargo aircraft, I would imagine, where you're moving slow anyways. Might as well just slow down the aircraft and consume significantly less fuel. So there is a use, but not for me. Next is the nether engine. Now this does require 1 netherite ingot, 3 nether bricks, 2 blaze rods, and 2 magma cream, and you get plus 40% engine power, but it does require plus 30% fuel. There's a trade-off, but plus 40% engine power is quite the upgrade. Next is the steel boiler. You take that boiler from earlier, make iron pants, put that there and the blast furnace under it, and boom, that increases engine power by 25% and does also increase the fuel requirement by 50%. And then lastly is a defensive one, which is the hull reinforcement, which is just 3 hull and 6 iron ingots, and it just doubles the durability of your aircraft, which if you're gonna be taking it into combat might be useful. There's actually one more upgrade I almost forgot, which is the telescope, which is just a spyglass and 1 copper ingot, and it is just a big bulkier spyglass that you can mount onto your aircraft. It's kind of more novelty if anything, to be honest. But if we hop into the Warship and we throw in the engine upgrade, the boiler upgrade, the sturdy pipes upgrade, the propeller upgrade, I might as well just throw in the reinforcements and the telescope. Oh, all those telescopes are mounted. I'm going to fill each engine with a stack of blaze rods. I'm going to load up rockets because we actually do have something called boost rockets in this specific warship, as well as I added 2 sets of rotary guns. So yeah, we have giant rows of guns on this bad boy, as well as all of the speed and fuel consumption upgrades. So let's see how fast we can move into this thing. Oh my god, we are moving. Whoa. As far as using blaze rods, which I know are really powerful fuel, we've gone through 3. So if you stocked up on fuel for a grand journey, you could do it on here. But let's put these cannons into use. Now this is where we shine. Oh, now that went through like 30 gunpowder. I see. Yeah, wow, this thing goes through gunpowder quick. Also, it goes through fuel quick. It just doesn't update until you engage with the inventory. So yeah, you can get this warship moving super fast if you need to. So we can combine our already extremely fast warship with boost rockets, which you can put in here up to a stack. So let's get up to full speed and hit our boost. Oh yeah. I mean, with enough boost rockets, you can have this thing tugging away. I mean, this is competitive with an Elytra with all of these upgrades. Okay, distant horizons can't even keep up with the speed I'm moving. We've burned through 12 blaze rods doing that, but you can't beat these speeds. Except maybe we can in a biplane. All right, 4 upgrades. We're doing enhanced propeller, sturdy pipes, steel boiler, nether engine, boost rockets. I wonder actually how far can we get on 1 bucket of lava. I'm going in a straight line, 1 bucket of lava in the engine. But we have all of the power upgrades. Let's use the boost. Okay, distant horizons is working here. I think the warship might have gone faster. I mean, god, we've already done like 700 blocks. Oh wow, this ocean looks crazy in distant horizons actually. We're still surviving on 1 bucket of lava. We've gone over 1,400 blocks. Even though this thing isn't as fast as the maxed out warship, it uses much less fuel. I mean, we're on 1 bucket of lava with the most fuel consumptious upgrades possible. And we've traveled over 3,000 blocks so far, and we're still kicking. I'm going to keep going. Okay, well, we managed to fly 4,000 blocks out and back with 1 bucket of fuel. I mean, we did use like 30 some odd rockets. All right, well, that was Immersive Aircraft. Let me know if you want to see other aircraft or vehicle type mods. There are a ton out there. Let me know what other type of mods you'd like to see. And if this video helped you out in any way or entertained you, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Oh, farewell.